Hello, we're doing a random love reading. This is for you, whatever star sign you are, single, coupled, situationship, whatever, there will be a message for you. We're using the Light Seers Tarot. I'm just going to start by just taking a couple of intuitive cards, channeling a couple of messages about where we're at, where we need to be, anything we need to know. Let's go. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. We get the Seven of Cups. Some of you might be in a bit of a situation or find yourself soon in a situation where you're you don't know what you're choosing between. It's like you don't know if what you're choosing is real or whether it's imagined or whether it's a construct, whether it's a fantasy, whether it's kind of half true. You know, it's, if you imagine, I always say on my daily channel, this is a bit like the fairground grabber of cards. There are things that you can see, there are things that you like, there are things that are tantalizing and they're tempting. And it can be like when somebody's saying certain things to you and they're making you feel a certain way, but you just don't know if you're on solid ground. And there is that feeling of wanting to know if you're on solid ground, but just not knowing where you're treading emotionally with this person. And then the other card that the universe wants us to know about is the Three of Swords. Interesting energy. You've had your heart broken before. This is the card of like historical heartbreak. It's heartbreak that is being felt again. It's like, for me, I'm getting that it's a kind of an echo, that you're feeling the echo of a heartbreak. And it feels like there's something between these two cards with the Seven of Cups and the Three of Swords, like echoes of previous heartbreak, old patterns. Three of Swords, you think of it in terms of a triangle. And I think of it as like past, present and future interacting with each other in old patterns. And there's something coming up about somebody which is really triggering some of your old patterns. Wowzers. Okay, let's have a looky-see down at the cards. Hopefully I've got that tuned in. Not too bad. Okay. We've got also the elements of water, so Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and we've got the elements of air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So you could be dealing with any of those groups of people. Okay. What else do we need to know about love? There's a lot here for me to do with choosing in this Seven of Cups. There are choices coming up that I don't think you've had before. Let's have a look at that. Empress. Ooh. That's quite nice energy actually put together like that. So we've got the Empress, which is the mother of the tarot. It's Venus. It's very much divine feminine energy. Major arcana, followed by another major arcana. But this time we got Neptune, the Hanged Man. There's something about a situation which is suspended. It's hidden. There's definitely something a bit mysterious about the person that you're asking about here. And it may be that you haven't even met this person yet. But for a lot of you, I'm very much getting the feeling that you have met this person. And that there may be something a little unknowable about this person. But also what I'm getting is there's something a little unknowable about you and this person. It's not just about them. You are also, I think, a mystery in this situation. Your wisdom is hidden. The potential of this is hidden. And there also may be a reason at the moment why this can't go forward in the way that you want it to. And I think you sort of know that reason. But at the same time, with the Seven of Cups, there's a feeling of how much wriggle room have we got in this situation? How much can we bend this? How much can we bend time? You know, how much can we bend the rules or the situation or the constraints that we find ourselves in? And I feel like, particularly with this Hanged Man card, that there is a lot of elasticity around this. It feels like, I don't know, it just feels like there's a lot of give in the situation. There's a lot of flexibility that perhaps you don't yet realise. Let's have a looky-see. I want to take one more card to do with the Empress and the Hanged Man. If this turns out to be your story, by the way, I will do an extended reading and the link will be in the description box. It's always the first link. And we take this reading further and we do channeled messages from your person and get a little freaky. Okay, whoa, the Four of Pentacles. Okay, I'm pretty sure this came up. I did a reading a few weeks ago about specific person love. And I seem to remember, not that I always remember a lot about readings because they're quite channeled, but I seem to remember there being a lot of talk about keeping your purse shut. Okay, notice with the Four of Pentacles that this person has snapped their purse shut. They've kept their purse shut, okay? There's a feeling here that opening and closing around this relationship is going to become important, and it may well be very much linked to the specific person reading I did a few weeks ago. For some of you, there's distance here. It may be long distance, it may be emotional distance, but there's also your own distance from yourself. And I don't really quite understand, even at the moment, what that means, but it means something. There is a distance in some kind of communication. What I'm not getting here are many cards of communication with this person. You know, the Hanged Man and the Empress particularly, everything's happening on the inside. It's very feminine, it's very moon driven, it's very intuitive, but it's not got that masculine sword energy that would make something become external, that would have a message be sent, you know, that would have a conversation be happening. And I feel like literally, if this was an old, and I'm getting an image of this, and this is really weird, and I'm old enough to remember this, oh my God, but you know the old style telephones that we had, and my dad used to put a lock on mine, and I learnt to pick it with a paper clip, which is the single most technical thing I've done in my whole life, but it was worth it. I feel like, you know how somebody could keep you kind of hanging on an old-fashioned telephone? I can't remember how they did it, but at one end you could sort of do something and they were still there, but they weren't talking, and it was like they'd kind of hung up, but not properly. That's what I'm getting in this reading. I'm getting this feeling of hanging, a feeling of being hung up on something, that somebody is there, but they're not talking. Like they're on the other end of the phone, but they're not speaking. Really strange. Please leave me a comment and let me know if that resonates with you, because I feel, as I'm channeling this, that it's really resonating with a lot of you out there. I can feel that myself. It's really resonating, which usually means that it is, even though, I'll be fair to you, I don't understand it yet. And then with this Four of Pentacles, this need to keep something banked up, to keep something close to your chest, to keep something shut. This could be the person that you're dealing with, that they play their cards extremely close to their chest. Let's have a looky-see about this feeling of being hung up on, or at least like there's someone there but they're not talking. It's a really strange, I've never had that in a reading before. Ooh, ooh. Okay. Moon. That makes sense. It kind of makes sense and it doesn't, and it shouldn't make sense. Right, the situation that you're in at the moment probably doesn't make a lot of sense to you. If you see yourself here as the Seven of Cups and you're trying to choose between things that are not yet clear, you know, the mist has not cleared around these cups. So if you're getting a sense that you don't quite know what you're doing with this person, you don't quite know what you're feeling with this person, or if it moves around a lot, you know, one day you're feeling like this, the next day you're feeling like that, it feels like that is the nature of this connection at the moment. It also feels with the Moon card, again, we've got Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy, water sign energy with this Moon card. It feels like there is a lot hidden beneath the surface. Now, do have a look at when the full moons are, because we've also got a full moon here with the Empress card, and we've got a full moon here with the Moon card, and I'm just feeling that ripening, you can see it with the Empress, that ripening energy of a full moon is going to be really important, okay? Full moons draw out secrets, and I do feel like there are secrets here. You know, with the Four of Pentacles, again, I feel like someone is keeping something close to their chest, keeping someone close to their chest, keeping you close to their chest. They may be keeping you a secret. But that Moon card and also the Hanged Man, these are both Neptunian cards. And Neptune is a planet that deals with illusion, it deals with glamour and photography and lighting. And, you know, it's like filters. When you put a filter on something, it can look completely different. And again, I feel like what you're dealing with this person is almost a series of filters. But what you want to be dealing with this person is the real thing behind the filters. That Moon card is really powerful. Okay. Tell me about this person, please. I'm going to take 2 cards for this. Tell me about this person. Okay. We've got the Six of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords about this person. And again, even the coins are kind of reminding me of the moon in lots of ways. This is a person who wants to be generous. Okay, they want to heal you in some ways. They want to help you, they want to heal you, they want to listen, they want to be there. And yet there is something about this whole situation or this person that appears to be a healing journey for both of you. When you get the Ten of Swords, again, it's a bit like the 3, and I feel like these two are sometimes connected. There is an aspect with the Ten of Swords about getting over family pain or some kind of collective, I don't even know what the word is, pattern, I suppose, or I know Eckhart Tolle used to call it pain body, but whatever you want to call that, shadow, you know, pain, whatever it is, there is something here in the background of this. And I do feel that it almost needs to be birthed, it needs to come out before you can get a clear understanding of the nature of your relationship with this person. It's a very interesting connection between you and this person, my God. What's standing in the way, please? What are the obstacles here? Wow. Okay, we get Three of Pentacles and the World. So it's not like enormous, you know, multi-difficult troubles that are standing in the way. But when you get the Three of Pentacles, there's an issue here with like physical connection. These people, and any Three of Pentacles card that you see, is going to have people who are physically helping each other. They're connected. They're doing a job together. They're on the same page. You know, they're basically like a team. And there is something standing in the way of you and this person, and a thread of cooperation between you just seems to be difficult to manage. We got the World card as well. The World is like a karmic cycle where you're in a particular cycle with somebody. And what needs to happen with this person, and what we're looking at here, is how this can become more of a joint effort, or more of a being on the same page type situation. At the moment, what I get with you and this person seems to be that you are both in private pain. You're both in your own world of difficulties. And in some way, strangely, you are connected to this person through those difficulties. But at the moment, it's not bringing you closer together. It's pulling you further apart. Whew. Oh, God. Okay. Just going to take another card to go with that one. Those of you that watch me regularly will know what I mean by the King of Swords. It's like, oh my God. Okay. So, King of Swords. Hello, King of Swords. Let's see if we can focus a bit more on the King of Swords here. King of Swords, for me, is quite a divine masculine energy. It ranges with the King of Swords from mad, bad and dangerous to know, to just somebody who is a bit, I don't know, you see here it's like a lone wolf, this person. I always notice that they're surrounded by messengers. All of these birds are messenger birds and they're all wisdom. But at the same time, he's got these old school telephone lines. And isn't that weird? Because, you know, this isn't an old school tarot deck. It's Lightseer's Tarot. It's quite new. And I was just getting such massive, and I still am, and I don't know why. And I hope some of you can leave me a comment about this. Getting such massive old telephone vibes. Like, you know, really old 80s, 70s phones. Now, of course, you know, these phone lines are a bit old fashioned. But we're dealing here with some kind of, I would say, breakdown in communication. Or at least breakdown in this person's ability to show themselves to you. And it isn't their fault. You know, King of Swords, you've got all this blue and this ice. And I often say with the King of Swords that they lock their feelings in a box, and then they lock that box in another box, and then they take that box and cover it in concrete and drop it into the ocean. You know, they go to great lengths to avoid intimacy. They can be quite difficult to know. But at the same time, we get this Page of Pentacles here. And Page of Pentacles is a card of development and building something slowly. It's a card of patience. It's a card of wisdom in knowing that there is a season for everything and that things aren't necessarily going to happen. Well, they're not going to happen quickly. We got the Hanged Man. We got the Empress. There's a sense here of slow growth. This is a person whose feelings and affections, and I would say particularly, sorry, I got my hot water bottle, trust at a very deep level grows very slowly for this person. How interesting that we get that King of Swords. He pops up a lot in the mid-month readings for Cancerians, I know that. But he's a symbol, he's like an archetype of somebody who is frozen. I feel like he's frozen in his communication. What do we need to know about how to make this better? You know, what's the positive lines here? What do we need to know? What can we do that would improve this situation for us and for them? Oh, yes, of course. Of course it is. Oh my God, okay. Okay, so we've got the Eight of Wands, the card of communication. As if we didn't kind of know that, but speaking from the heart, communicating, talking. But notice that we have this Eight of Wands sandwiched between the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So Page of Pentacles, of course, is the most junior of the court cards of Pentacles. It's like the seeds of patience. It's slow, painstakingly slow when you want it to be fast. And this is like painstakingly slow communication. And then just in case we hadn't like worked that message out enough, we get the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is when the page has kind of learned that lesson. And notice here as well, we've got that Six of Pentacles down here, a card of giving and generosity and receiving. And we've got the Knight of Pentacles here. And Knight of Pentacles is starting to receive the benefits of being patient, of taking it slow, and of understanding the seasons of this relationship. Now, this, of course, doesn't mean that, you know, if you're getting sick of this, if you're getting irritated by this and you think that it's not worth the investment, yeah, shut the purse and move on. Totally. Absolutely get that. So it's almost like, do you remember you started here with the Seven of Cups? Let's just have another look at that. You have a choice to make. You have a decision to make. And the choices are not yet very clear. I think with this person that a particularly important conversation hasn't happened yet. And I think that you can sense that it hasn't taken place yet. And there is a need for that conversation to take place before you can actually feel like you can make a real decision. And I would imagine at the moment, because I've got this feeling of like you being on this old school 1980s phone and this other person being on the phone but not talking, there's a sense in which you're so close to that communication with this person, and you know you can feel it, that you're getting a sense of frustration. And I don't blame you for that, because why wouldn't you be getting a sense of frustration? It feels like, and you might have had this thought, if only there were these magic words that I could say. Or if there were these pieces of the puzzle, you know, it feels like there's pieces of the puzzle missing in some way. Let's have a looky-see. I'm just going to use some Love Oracle cards here. I'm going to use my Crystal Banner cards. I hope that I don't bring down the whole shelf. Price of Love Oracle. Love these cards. Oh my God. Okay. Right. It's not those. Normally just drop one card on the floor. Might do some more of those in the extended reading. They clearly want a shout at it, don't they? Okay, what do we need to know, please, about this hanging on the telephone, as Blondie would say, type situation? That's interesting. Oh my God, that's so funny. Oh my God. These are brilliant, by the way. If you ever get the chance, I think I bought these off Etsy. messy, but by God, they're a good set of love oracle cards. So true. And honestly, you get the truest readings out of these cards. I want to say thank you if anybody knows the creator, because these are absolutely brilliant. Right. I mean, it couldn't be more apt, could it? Detachment. So we're dealing here with some detachment. We know this, okay? There's a sense of the key to fit the lock. And I feel like I did the reading about this a while ago, like a year ago or something. I feel, and do look at the full moons when they're coming, I feel that there's like a plot twist here. There's something slightly missing. Like if you found the key, you could open the door and that would make more sense. Be patient as well, because I feel like this is something under the surface that you just don't know yet, and you can't know until you know. Again, in the middle, we've got divine timing. Gorgeous, gorgeous energy with this. But again, with the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, there's a sense in which you can't know before it's the right time to know. And if you did, I think it would be a false knowing. And then look what we get here. Oh my God. Communication. There's something this person needs to say. There's something they need to tell you. And there's definitely something you don't know yet. I don't get the feeling it's something that's like a sackable offence, you know, that it's something really dodgy. We're not getting loads of dodgy cards. We'll have a look in the extended reading as well and take a real dig like we do. But you're right in thinking that there is something missing in the communication, that there is something kind of nagging away at you. Your intuition as the Empress here is nagging away at you to pay attention to something. I would say as well, this is something that could come up in dream time. It could come up in hunches. May even come up in the lyrics of songs, might have already done that. Do not ignore your intuition with this, because what you're going to get is cues and clues in the 5D of a conversation that will then happen in the 3D with this person, okay? God, really complicated. Okay. I am going to go and do the extended reading. We are going to have a little dig underneath the surface. We're going to see if they're hiding something. We're going to look at any secrets they might have. We're also going to look at your best way forward for dealing with this, how they feel about you and what's really going on behind the scenes. We're going to channel, do some freaky stuff. It's the first link in the description box. Do like, share and subscribe to the channel. Strong reading today, folks, and leave me a comment. Let me know how it resonates. Namaste.